441 tragedy 悲しい出来事や事と Tragedy, 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 tragedy. The tragedy shocked the entire town. They turned personal tragedy into strength. The play ends in deep tragedy. Ignoring warnings led to great tragedy. 402 accompany 一緒に行くまたは分の縫うこと Accompany, 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 accompany. I will accompany you to the station. Her father accompanied her to the interview. Strong winds accompanied the heavy rain. Headaches often accompany too little sleep. 403 score 競技やテストの点数またはその点数をつけること Score, 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 score. He got a perfect score on math. The final score was 3-1. Teachers will score the exam tomorrow. She wants a higher score next time. 404 farewell さよならを言うことまたはそのさよなら Farewell, 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 well.We held a farewell party for her. He waved a quiet farewell at sunrise. Everyone gave him warm farewell messages. The farewell speech made many people cry. 405 ridiculous. 笑えるほど馬鹿げていること Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. That excuse sounds completely ridiculous to me. Ticket prices have become almost ridiculous now. He looked ridiculous in that tiny hat. They laughed at the ridiculous rumor online. 4036 inevitable 必ず起こるまたは避けられないこと Inevitable, 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 inevitable Change is inevitable in every growing company A few mistakes are inevitable When learning the breakup felt sad but inevitable Aging is a completely inevitable process 407 funeral 死者を弔う儀式 Funeral, 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 funeral Yeah.Many people attended the quiet funeral. The funeral will be held next Monday. They wore black clothes to the funeral. Music at the funeral was very moving. 408 reserve 次戦に確保することまたは保護された地域 Reserve, a reserve, a reserve, a reserve. We should reserve a table for dinner. She called a reserve 2 hotel rooms. The area is a protected nature reserve. Always reserve some time for rest. 409 proposed提案または計画を提示すること Propose, propose, propose I would like to propose a new idea They propose changes to the company policy He is going to propose tomorrow night Students can propose topics for discussion Photon reception 歓迎するイベントまたは情報を受け取る場所 Reception, 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 reception、The wedding reception lasted all evening Please check in at the hotel reception The idea got a mixed reception Online phone reception is very weak in mountains 408目覚めまたは何かが後に続くこと Wake, 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 wake.I usually wake at 6 every morning Loud traffic noise can wake babies easily She tried not to wake her roommate Change followed in the wake of crisis 412 financial お金や資金に関連すること Financial, 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 financial They offered free financial advice to students The company is in serious financial trouble He reads financial news every morning Good financial planning reduces future stress 413Fetch 何かを取ってくること Fetch, 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 fetch Please fetch some water from kitchen The dog loves to fetch the ball She went upstairs to fetch her coat Could you fetch my bag from car 41 for your craft 手作業による芸術作品または作ること Craft, 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 craft She sells handmade craft at local markets The class teaches traditional paper craft He spent hours perfecting his craft Woodworking is a demanding, careful craft 415 weapon 攻撃や防御に使用する道具 Weapon, 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 weapon Carrying a dangerous weapon is illegal The police found a hidden weapon nearby Words can become a cruel weapon The country reduced its nuclear weapons 416 income 稼ぎまたは得るお金の量 Income, 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 income Yeah, yeah, yeah Her main income comes from freelance work. They want to increase their monthly income. Rent takes half of my income. Stable income makes planning much easier. 4-1 for enlightening 急激で超越な電気放電現象 Lightning, 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 lightning Lightning flashed suddenly across the sky. We counted seconds between lightning and thunder. The tree was hit by lightning once. Lightning storms can be very dangerous. 415 weird him 非常に単純または初期の段階にあること Primitive, 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 primitive They lived in a small primitive hut. The tools looked primitive but still work. Early computers were large and primitive. He studied primitive art from ancient cultures. 419 department 教師中の特定の部分または分野 Department, department, department She works in the sales department downtown. Our department will move to another floor. Please ask the human resources department. Each department has its own budget. 420 they deserve 何かを受けるに足る価値があること Deserve, 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 deserve You worked hard and deserve a break She truly deserves all this praise Bad behavior does not deserve kindness Everyone deserves to feel safe daily Yeah, yeah yeah, yeah Na 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah For experiment 科学的なテストまたは新しいことを試す Coding Experiment, 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 experiment Students performed a simple chemistry experiment today. The experiment results were surprising but useful. She likes to experiment with new recipes. We designed an experiment to test memory. 434 tremendous 非常に大きいまたは強烈な Tremendous, 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 tremendous She made tremendous progress this year. The team felt tremendous pressure to win. We had a tremendous amount of work. The view from the mountain was tremendous. 433 intent 何かをするつもりであること I intend to study abroad next year. She never intended to hurt your feelings. We intend this program for beginners. He intends to change jobs soon. 424 poison 余計な物質または弱いなものを与えること Poison, 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 poison Some mushrooms can deadly poison Inside the bottle is clearly marked as poison Gossip can slowly poison a workplace He was accused of using poison deliberately 425 climate ある地域の平均的な天候や気象状況 Climate, 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 climate The climate here is warm and humid Climate change affects weather patterns everywhere They move for a milder winter climate The city has a dry desert climate 426 recover 元の状態や健康を取り戻すこと Recover, 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 recover He will need time to recover fully The city worked hard to recover quickly She is slowly recovering from the surgery Markets may recover after the sudden shock 427 arrange 何かを計画または整理すること、Arrange, arrange a meeting for Tuesday They arrange the chairs in a circle She arranged flowers in a glass vase We must arrange transport to the venue 438 distinguish 見分けるまたは識別すること、Distinguish, distinguish, 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 distinguish. Yeah, 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 yeah. Can you distinguish fact from opinion? Twins are hard to distinguish at first. She can distinguish many subtle flavors. Experience helps us distinguish real danger. 429 restore 元の状態に戻すこと Restore, 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 restore They plan to restore the old temple Sleep helps restore energy clarity and focus. The painting was carefully restored by experts. We must restore trust in the system. 434tish 自分の利益のみを考えること Selfish, 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 selfish. He can be selfish in group projects. Sharing is important, not selfish behavior. She felt selfish for ignoring their problems. Constant selfish choices damage friendships slowly. 431 protest 不満や反対の意を表明すること Protest, 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 protest. People gather downtown to protest. The law students wrote a letter of peaceful protest. She decided to protest against unfair treatment. There was no protest during the meeting. Lord 34 treat 道徳的に悪い習慣や行為 Vice, 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 vice. Gambling became a dangerous vice for him. Every person struggles with some private vice. The story shows how small vices grow. Honesty is a virtue, lying a vice. 434 treat temporary 短期間のみ続くこと Temporary, 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 temporary. I found a temporary job for summer. This pain is temporary, not permanent. They moved into temporary housing after earthquake. The bridge will have a temporary closure. 434 moderate 程よいまたは穏やかにすること Moderate, 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 moderate. Do we expect moderate rain this afternoon? He takes a moderate amount of sugar. Exercise at a moderate pace daily. Leaders try to moderate the heated discussion. 424 twit なでして実や存在を認めること Acknowledge, 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 acknowledge. She refused to acknowledge her own mistake. We must acknowledge the problem honestly. He nodded to acknowledge their support. The letter did not acknowledge my question. 426 remedy 病気の治療または問題の解決方法 Remedy, 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 remedy. Warm tea is a simple cold remedy. They search for a remedy to conflict. There is no quick remedy for loneliness. We need legal remedies for this issue. 434ポ長く細い棒状のものまたは地球の記憶 ポイポイポイポイポイBirds rested on the telephone pole. The North Pole is extremely cold year-round. They mark the border with wooden poles. 428 sink 水中に沈むことまたは水を使うサッティ Sink, 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 sink. The boat began to sink slowly yesterday. Please wash the dishes in the sink. My heart seemed to sink with disappointment. Heavy objects sink quickly in deep water. 429 ward 病院の公文または保護すること Ward, 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 ward. She works in the children's ward. The hospital opened a new cancer ward. Volunteers visited each ward with books. Charities help ward off extreme poverty. Yeah, yeah. の息子 nephew, 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 nephew. My nephew just started elementary school. She bought a toy for her nephew. Both nephews visited us last week, and he often toasts his nephew books.
Yeah, yeah, well, la 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 la, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. 440 internal, internal 欄にあるまたは内部関連の internal, 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 internal
They investigated internal problems at the company. The medicine may cause internal bleeding. Sometimes she keeps her internal worries well hidden. The report is for internal use only. 442 Summit Psycho 10または重要な会議 Summit 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 Yeah We finally reached the mountain summit today. World leaders met at the climate summit. From the summit, the view was incredible. The summit will focus on economic cooperation. 443 C's 力強くつかむまたは法的に没収すること C's 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 Yeah Police can seize illegal goods at customs. He tried to seize every good chance. She seized my hand. Suddenly in fear, authorities will seize property bought with fraud. 444 glimpse 短時間見ることまたは垣間見ること Glimpse, 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 glimpse Yeah, 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 yeah I caught a quick glimpse of her Tourist got a glimpse of local life. The trailer gave a glimpse of story. Through the window, he glimpsed the garden. Yeah, 445 luxury. 豊かさや快適さ。またはそれらを提供するもの。Luxury, luxury, 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 luxury. Staying at that hotel felt like luxury. For many people, free time is luxury. They enjoyed the luxury of quiet weekends. Driving a sports car is a luxury. Yeah, 40-40 cigarettes. 法的に交錯することまたはその交錯 Arrest, 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 arrest Yeah, yeah, yeah Police decided to arrest the suspect immediately He was under arrest for several hours They threatened to arrest protesters blocking traffic The officer finally made the long-awaited arrest 40-40-16 inform 情報を提供すること Inform, 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 inform Yeah, 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 yeah Please inform me of any schedule changes The doctor informed her about the treatment We must inform customers of possible delays He informed the team of the results 40-48 prominent 重要で目立つこと Prominent, 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 prominent Yeah, 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 yeah She is a prominent researcher in biology The tower is a prominent city landmark Several prominent speakers joined the conference His name became prominent after the award Yeah, 40-49 capture 捉えることまたはその工程 Capture, 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 capture Yeah, yeah, yeah Yeah, the police managed to capture the thief The photo captured her genuine bright smile Soldiers tried to capture the enemy base The movie captured the atmosphere of youth 40-40 rescue 危険から救い出すことまたはその声決め Rescue, 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 rescue Yeah, 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 yeah Firefighters came quickly to rescue everyone The dog rescue group saved many animals He joined a team from Mountain Rescue Early rescue efforts prevented greater tragedy 40-44 limit 最大量や範囲またはその制限 Limit, 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 limit Yeah, 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 yeah Yeah, there is a strict speed limit here Please limit questions to 5 minutes Everyone has a personal energy limit We reached the limit of our budget 45 to purse お金を入れる小さな袋 Purse, 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 purse She opened her purse to pay I left my purse at the restaurant Her purse was small but very organized He found a lost purse on subway 40-45 free persuade 説得しいいや行動を変えさせること Persuade, 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 persuade Yeah, 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 yeah She tried to persuade him to rest Nothing could persuade them to leave early He finally persuaded his parents about studying abroad Good evidence can easily persuade a jury Yeah, yeah 40-44 interval 2つの出来事の間の期間 Interval, 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 interval Yeah, yeah, yeah There is a 10-minute interval between classes We meet at regular intervals each month Please stretch your legs during the interval Heartbeat should have a stable interval 45T 5 chase 追いかけることまたはそのコーティ Chase 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 Yeah 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 The kids love to chase each other. Police began a long car chase downtown. Stop chasing impossible perfect results. The cat started to chase the bird. 45's geek occupy. ある場所や位置を取ること Occupy, 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 occupy. Yeah. Boxes occupy half of the living room. His thoughts occupy my mind recently. They occupy the top floor offices. The army decided to occupy the city. 45's vivid 明るくて生き生きとした Vivid, 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 vivid Yeah, 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 yeah She has vivid memories of childhood summers The artist used vivid colors everywhere His description was so vivid and detailed The dream felt strangely vivid this morning Yeah, yeah 40, 45, Jake, calculate How do you know, say okay, 算すること Calculate, 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 calculate Yeah, yeah Can you calculate the total cost quickly? The program will calculate tax automatically Engineers calculate possible risks before construction I try to calculate the best route 40, 45, 9 appetite 食べ物への欲求 Appetite, 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 appetite Yeah, yeah, yeah Exercise usually increases my appetite at night She has had little appetite all week The smell of curry improved his appetite Stress can reduce appetite for many people Yeah 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40 Yeah, 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 yeah 45 taste fear 追い球体または特定の活動や知識の範囲 Sphere, 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 sphere Yeah, yeah, yeah Yeah, the earth is nearly a perfect sphere She works in the sphere of education Artists influence the cultural sphere greatly Gravity pulls objects toward the sphere's center Yeah, 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 yeah460 encounter 偶然出会うことまたはその出会い Encounter, 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 encounter We had a surprising encounter on the train He often encounters problems at this step The first encounter was at a bookstore Travel brings unexpected encounters with strangers A 460 economy 区や地域の再生や商品の生産交換 Economy, 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 economy The global economy is changing very quickly Tourism is important to the local economy They discuss national economy During the debate a strong economy creates more job opportunities A 463 stretch 長くすることまたは伸ばす Go Stretch, 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 stretch Jack, Jack Remember to stretch your legs during flight She stretched her arms after long typing The road seemed to stretch forever ahead Daily stretching can improve body flexibility 464 lean 体を傾けることまたはジブロが少ないこと Lean, 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 lean He had to lean forward to listen Please don't lean on the fragile railing She prefers lean meat for dinner The tree began to lean after storm 465 tie 結ぶことまたはネクタイ Tie, 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 tie Da 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 He learned to tie his shoes alone Please tie these boxes together tightly He wore a dark blue tie today The match ended in a surprising tie 460 Excel 生物の基本的な構成単位またはバッテリーの部分 Cell, 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 cell Each cell in the body has DNA They observed the plant cell under microscope The phone's battery cell is damaged He was kept in a small prison cell 460 border 国や地域の境界線または境界にあること Border, 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 border We crossed the border into another country. Soldiers guarded the border day and night. There is a garden along the border. Her land borders a wide quiet river. 468 abundant 大量に存在すること abundant 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 abundant、This region has abundant clean water resources. Wildflowers abundant in spring here. He enjoys an abundant supply of books. Evidence for the theory is now abundant. 4-6 me meanwhile どんちに起こっている別のことを Meanwhile 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 meanwhile、She cooked dinner. Meanwhile, he cleaned. The project continued. Meanwhile, budget shrank. I will start writing. Meanwhile, relax. Prices are rising. Meanwhile, wages stay low. 470 crisis. 甚大な状況や難しい局面 Crisis, 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 crisis.The company faced a serious financial crisis. During the crisis, everyone felt uncertain. Leaders met urgently to handle the crisis. A small problem can become a crisis. 470 crisis 繰りつけることまたはや Mount, 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 mount. They will mount the TV on wall.We began to mount the steep hill. Costs continued to mount each month. The horse refused to let him mount. 472 despite ある事情に反して Despite, 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 despite the rain, the game continued. She smiled despite her obvious exhaustion. Despite warnings, he kept driving fast. They succeeded despite many serious obstacles. 473 abandon やめるまたは手放すこと Abandon, 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 abandon.They had to abandon the burning building. He decided to abandon the old plan. The dog was cruelly abandoned outside town. Never abandon hope during difficult times. Force ever fear for loyal. True say を示すこと Loyal, 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 loyal.She remained loyal to her friends. A loyal customer visited the shop weekly. Dogs are usually very loyal companions. He stayed loyal despite heavy criticism. Facility 5 stable. 剣道が少なく安定していること Stable, 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 stable.Her condition is stable but still serious. They finally found a stable apartment contract. We need a stable internet connection. His mood has been surprisingly stable lately. 4-6 commit 犯罪を保管することまたは約束すること Commit, 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 commit.He did not commit the reported crime. They commit to reducing waste each year. Never commit to plans without thinking. Someone committed a serious mistake in data. Force solvency 7 Effect 何かに影響を与えること Effect, 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 effect.Stress can affect your sleep quality. The news deeply affected everyone at work. Weather can affect our daily choices. Small habits affect long-term health outcomes. Force solvency 8 extend 長くするまたは範囲を広げること Extend, 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 extend.They decided to extend the deadline slightly. The road extends far into the mountains. We will extend support for another year. She extended her hand in friendly greeting. 417 minor 小さな徴用でないまたは未成年人 Minor, 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 minor.Luckily, the injuries were only minor. We had a few minor technical issues. The movie is not suitable for minors. Minor changes can improve the design. 470 Republic 国民が政府を選ぶ国家議体へ Public, Republic, 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 Republic.The country became a republic in 1950. Citizens in a republic elect their leaders. The new republic wrote a modern constitution. Shadow
Yeah, yeah, yeah 4A on retain 維持するまたは持ち続けることを retain, 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 retain Yeah, yeah Try to retain this new vocabulary The wall can retain some heat He struggled to retain his calm We should retain important client information 4A to accomplish 目標や任務を完了すること Accomplish, 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 accomplish She managed to accomplish all the tasks We can accomplish more by cooperating closely He finally accomplished his childhood dream Set small goals you can actually accomplish RA3 conclude 終わらせるまたは結論を出すこと Yeah, yeah Conclude, conclude, conclude The meeting will conclude at 3 today We can conclude that the plan works She concluded her speech with thanks Investigators concluded the fire was accidental 4A4 session 一定期間の活動や IG Session, 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 session Today's training session lasts 2 full hours We had a short Q&A session afterward Each counseling session is completely confidential They scheduled the planning session for Monday 4A5 damn 少し湿っている状態 Damn, 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 damn The ground is still damp from rain Hang the damp clothes near the window The room felt cold and damp inside Wipe the table with the damp cloth 4A6 spoil そんなをまた話題なしにすること Spoil, 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 spoil Too much salt can spoil soup Rain spoiled our picnic plans today Don't spoil the ending for others Hot weather may spoil the fresh food 487 prejudice 先入観や偏見を持つこと Prejudice, 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 prejudice We must fight prejudice in everyday life His words came from prejudice, not facts Education can slowly reduce social prejudice She works to challenge prejudice against immigrants 4AA organ 生物の体内で特定の機能を果たす部位 Organ, 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 organ The heart is a vital organ The doctor explained which organ was damaged The liver is a hard-working organ They studied each organ in biology 489 relate 関連するまたは関係を持つこと Relate, 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 relate The two stories clearly relate to each other She can relate to your experience Well, this data does not relate to age He explained how the facts relate 484, 84, 84 But 84, 84 can A flock of birds flew overhead Sheep moved together in a tight flock Fans flock to the stadium every weekend Tourists flock to the famous temple 4-8 wind caution 注意を促すことまたは警告すること Caution, 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 caution The sign gives a clear caution about falling We must act with caution in traffic Doctors advise caution when using this medicine He spoke with caution about the rumors Warrior, co-aria 戦闘や戦争に躊躇する You don't warrior, 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 warrior The story follows a young brave warrior Ancient warriors carried shields and swords She fought like a true warrior Today, legends describe fearless warriors Protecting villages 4-net concept 抽象的な考えや一般的な概念 Concept, 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 concept The basic concept is easy to understand Students learn the concept of gravity The concept of time changes across cultures He explained the new business concept clearly 494 extra 通常以上のまたは余分なもの Extra, 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 extra We ordered some extra food for guests There is an extra chair in the corner She worked extra hours to finish early You can add extra cheese if desired 4-5 awkward 扱いにくいまたは不快な感じ Awkward, 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 awkward There was an awkward silence after joke He felt awkward meeting his former partner This heavy box is awkward to carry Her question created an awkward situation 4
496 Adopt 方法や態度を取りレターまたは4個にすること Adopt, 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 adopt The company will adopt a new system They decided to adopt a child together Students quickly adopted the new learning style We should adopt a more flexible approach 497 Insist 強く要求または主張すること Insist, 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 insist And she insistently insists on paying herself He insists that he is completely innocent They insist on meeting in person today I didn't insist, I only suggested once For an naughty leap 急に飛ぶことまたは大きな進歩 Leap, leap The cat made a sudden graceful leap Sales took a surprising leap Last month she took a bold career leap He leaped over the small stream For not a differ 違いや相違があること Differ, differ, differ Our opinions differ on this issue Tastes differ from person to person The results differ from our expectations Cultures differ greatly across these regions重大な被害をもたらす突発的な出来事 Disaster, 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 disaster The earthquake was a terrible disaster Poor planning can lead to disaster The party turned into a minor disaster Emergency training reduces damage during disasters Yeah, 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 yeah 501 bet 金や物をかける行為またはその賭け Bet, 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 bet He placed a small bet on horses I bet you will like this They made a friendly bet over dinner You shouldn't bet money you need 502 virus 微生物の一瞬で感染を引き起こすことがある Virus, 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 virus The doctor said it is a mild virus Computer virus infected many office computers Washing hands helps prevent virus spread Scientists study how this virus mutates 503 log 切り倒された木の幹または記録をつけること Log, 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 log They sat on a log by campfire Please log each call and message Sailors kept a detailed daily log He tripped over a fallen log 503 engage 何かに積極的に関わること Engage, 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 engage Teachers try to engage students in discussion The story failed to engage the audience We should engage more with local community Engage deeply with the complex topic 505 attain 目標やレベルに達すること Attain, 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 attain She hopes to attain fluency in English We finally attained our sales target It takes patience to attain real mastery He attained a high level of fitness 506 compliment 誰かを褒めることまたはその褒め言葉 Compliment, compliment She received a nice compliment On presentation he blushed at the unexpected compliment Giving sincere compliments builds good relationships Take it as a sincere compliment 507 document 書かれた記録または記録をつけること Document, 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 document Please sign this important legal document We should document each step carefully The document explains your employee rights Scientists document their findings in detail 508 punish bats を与えること Punish, 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 punish yeah Parents should not punish in anger The school decided to punish cheating strongly Law exists to punish serious crimes He felt life would punish his lies 509 decline と取ることまたは揃えること Decline, 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 decline She politely declined the dinner invitation Sales began to decline after summer He declined to comment on the issue The town faced a slow economic decline 5-1-ton recommend 進めることまたは扶養すること Recommend, 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 recommend Can you recommend a good grammar book? Doctors recommend regular exercise for health I highly recommend this restaurant to everyone She recommended taking notes during lectures 5-on and fun 資金または資金を提供すること Fun, fun, fun We need more more fund for this project. They created a fund to support students. The company will fund a new program. Several charities jointly funded the research. 512 sheer 完全にまたは透明であること Sheer We succeeded through sheer hard work. It was sheer luck we met there. The cliff dropped in a sheer line. She wore a light sheer scarf today. 5-1 please 手を叩いて表現する賞賛 Applause, 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 applause Yeah, yeah The audience burst into loud applause. Her performance received warm, long applause. There was brief applause after his speech. The applause made the dancer smile. 502 10 아루 캔 구무가 아루 것도 10 People tend to remember negative comments. She tend to study late at night. Small problems tend to grow quickly. We tend to compare ourselves with others. 502 tremble 小さく震えること Tremble, 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 tremble His hands began to tremble from cold. She trembled slightly before the big speech. I could hear trembling in his voice. Leaves tremble gently in the evening wind. 512 scholar 学問の専門家や典教者 Scholar, 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 scholar He is a respected scholar of history. Many scholars attended the international conference. She became a leading scholar in economics. Scholars carefully reviewed the ancient documents. Yeah, yeah 502 entertain 娯楽や楽しみを提供すること Entertain, 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 entertain The magician can entertain children for hours. We try to entertain guests with stories. She entertains friends by cooking special dishes. The show aimed to educate and entertain 518 hesitate 決断や行動を遅らせること Hesitate, 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 hesitate Yeah, don't hesitate to ask any question. She seemed to hesitate before answering. People hesitate to change long habits. He didn't hesitate to help his neighbors 509 barely 後のことでほとんどない状態 Barely, 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 barely We barely caught the last train home. She could barely keep her eyes open. There was barely any food left. He barely passed the difficult exam 5-1 cruise facility とこての目的のための場所や設備 Facility, 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 facility The sports facility includes a large pool. They built a new research facility nearby. This facility is open to local residents. The hospital facility needs modern equipment.
One, bum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum 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 da 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 dum 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 da 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 dum. Yeah, let's divide the cake into 8. The divided tasks equally among members. Math class taught us to divide fractions. The river divides the town in two. 422 Incredible 驚くほど素晴らしいまたは信じがたい Incredible, 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 incredible The view from here is incredible. She told an incredible but true story. His progress this year is incredible. The food was incredible, especially the dessert. Yeah. 423 brick temp 地区大量の一種であるレンリ Brick, 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 brick He built a wall from red bricks. A loose brick caused him to trip. Old bricks covered the narrow street. She used a brick as a doorstop. 424 warn 危険や問題について知らせること Warn, 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 warn I try to warn him gently. Signs warn drivers about falling rocks. Doctors often warn against heavy drinking. Teachers warn students before difficult tests. Yeah, yeah. 425 shallow. 深さがあまりないこと Shallow, 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 shallow. The water here is very shallow. They crossed the shallow river on foot. Yeah. His answer felt shallow and unthinking. Shallow breathing can show strong anxiety. 425 shallow. 深さがあまりないこと Shallow, shallow, shallow. The water here is very shallow. They crossed the shallow river on foot. His answer felt shallow and
and unthinking. Shallow breathing can show strong anxiety. 420 transfer low 何かを別の場所や人に移すこと Transfer, 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 transfer. Yeah, 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 yeah. She will transfer to another university soon. Please transfer the files to this folder. He requested a transfer to the Tokyo office. You can transfer money using this app. 425/7 swell 膨れ上がることまたはその膨れ Swell, 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 swell. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her ankle began to swell after practice. The river will swell after heavy rain. Crowd swell near the station at 5. Pride can swell quietly inside someone. 420 I'm convinced that として信じさせること Convince, 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 convince. I tried to convince him to rest. Her explanation did not convince the judge. Good evidence can easily convince most people. She finally convinced herself to move on. 429 stare 長い間じっと見つめること Stare, 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 stare. Please don't stare at strangers like that. He stared out the window in silence. Children stared at the magician in awe. She stared at the screen too long. 421st Lex 選択することまたは選ばれたもの Select, 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 select. Please select one answer for each question. The committee will select a new leader. Only a few students were selected. Carefully select words for formal emails. 425 resolve 課題決心または問題の解決 Resolve, 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 resolve. They met to resolve the growing conflict. She showed great resolve during difficult times. We must resolve this error before release. His resolve to quit smoking was firm. 425 to drag 引きずることまたは退屈な状況 Drag, 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 drag. Yeah, yeah. Don't drag that bag along the floor. The meeting began to drag after lunch. He dragged the heavy box outside slowly. Long delays can really drag the day. 420 rational 理性的で合理的な Rational, 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 rational. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Try to stay rational during arguments. Her decision was rational but still painful. We need rational discussion, not shouting matches. He gave a calm, rational explanation. 444 crop 農作のまたは収穫すること Crop, 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 crop. This year's rice crop was excellent. Farmers worry when the crop fails. They plan to crop the field tomorrow. Each crop depends heavily on the weather. Yeah, yeah. 445 accurate 正確で間違いのないこと Accurate, 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 accurate. Accurate data for this report. Her memory of dates is very accurate. The clock is accurate to the second. Make sure your translation is accurate. 425 resort 野球なお過ごす場所または頼ること Resort, 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 resort. They stayed at a quiet beach resort. We shouldn't resort to blaming others. As a last resort, they canceled everything. Ski resorts are crowded during winter holidays. Hold funny fun bond 強い結びつきまたは接着すること Bond, 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 bond. Travel together can strengthen family bonds. They formed a strong bond through hardship. Glue helps bond the two pieces tightly. A shared secret often creates a bond. Hold 25 blush 顔を赤らめることまたはその赤み Blush, 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 blush. She began to blush after the compliment. His awkward mistake made him blush deeply. A slight blush appeared on her cheeks. He blushes easily when teased by friends. Out party farm monument というような人やで仕事を記念する天井 Monument, 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 monument. The city built a monument to peace. Tourists visited the ancient stone monument. This bridge stands as a monument to progress. They clean the war monument every year. War short に thorough 完全で細部にわたること thorough 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 yeah yeah please make a thorough check before submission. The report shows thorough research and analysis. She gave the room a thorough cleaning. We need a thorough review of procedures. Yeah.
551 conservative 天打的な価値や態度を主すること conservative 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 yeah 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 his parents are quite conservative about marriage. She wore a simple conservative suit. Some investors prefer a conservative strategy. The party holds conservative social values. Far to acquire 手に入れるまたは得ること acquire 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 he hopes to acquire advanced language skills. The company will acquire a smaller competitor. You can acquire knowledge through daily reading. She acquired a taste for strong coffee in 5 4 3 ripe 完全に縮小して食べ頃の ripe 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 yeah right yeah these tomatoes are finally ripe enough. The fruit smells sweet and ripe. Pick the bananas when they are ripe. The time is ripe for change. Yeah, fought for lecture. 強度的な子またはそのような話をすること Lecture, 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 lecture. He gave a lecture on modern history. Students attended a guest lecture yesterday. The lecture lasted 90 minutes without break. She will lecture on environmental policy tonight. 5 function. 安定の目的または活動またはそのために働く環境 Function, 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 yeah The heart's main function is pumping blood. This button does not function correctly. Language has a social communication function. We learned how different organs function together in 5, 4, 6 Bullet 銃から発射される金属製の弾 Bullet, 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 bullet The police found a bullet on the scene. Bullets were locked safely in a box. A single bullet can change everything. They heard several bullet shots outside Earth. Foul 7 superstition 難挙のない信念や恐れしばしば運命や未来に関連する Superstition, 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 superstition Many people still follow old superstitions. His fear of black cats is superstition. And gone depth superstition, 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 superstition Many people still follow old superstitions. His fear of black cats is superstition. Ain't one of your superstition, 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 superstition Many people still follow old superstitions. His fear of black cats is superstition. Ain't one of your superstition, 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 superstition They made a substantial donation to charity. We saw a substantial increase in sales. The project requires substantial time and effort. He ate a substantial breakfast before work. Comply or 9 partial 完全でなく一部分に限られた Yeah, we only have partial information so far. The storm caused partial damage to roofs. She showed partial interest in the idea. Partial answers will receive reduced points. Sci-fi 50 allowance 定期的に与えられる金額または許される範囲 allowance, 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 allowance Yeah, her parents give her a monthly allowance. The company offers a travel allowance for staff. Children should learn to manage their allowance. There is a small time allowance for delays. 5 and unite 一つにまとめること Unite, 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 unite Music can unite people across cultures. The leaders promise to unite the party. We must unite against discrimination everywhere. Shared goals often unite different groups. If I further no 定義的に発行される出版もまたは個人の筆記 Journal, journal, journal Yeah, she publishes research in a medical journal. He writes in his journal every night. The journal article explained the experiment clearly. Keeping a journal can organize your thoughts. Yo, 5, 4, 3 abstract 具体的でない概念または要約 Abstract, 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 abstract Yeah, yeah, yeah
Yeah, love is an abstract, if for context, students wrote a short abstract for all cons. Her paintings are very abstract and colorful. The abstract summarizes the main findings. 544 accent, 発音の特徴または登場すること。Accent, accent, 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 accent. He speaks English with a strong accent. She likes his gentle British accent. Yeah, the teacher asked us to accent the syllable. Accent colors brighten the simple room. 545 for approve. Her keen to takeに止めるまたは散策すること。Approve, approve, approve, approve. Yeah, yeah. The board must approve the final budget. Her parents finally approved of the marriage. The city approved plans for a new park. I cannot approve this request yet. 546 stem しか別の主要な支柱たまたは由来すること。Stem, stem, 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 stem. Yeah, yeah. The rose stem has many sharp thorns. Cut the stem before putting flowers in water. Many problems stem from poor communication. This word stems from Latin original. Low fight, I found ox. Stay your cousin, some water rhythm. Mata wa shondo. Urge, 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 yeah, yeah. Doctors urge patients to stop smoking. I felt an urge to call her. Yeah. Teachers urge students to ask questions. He resisted the urge to check messages. 558 reduce アリや大きさを小さくすること。Reduce, reduce, 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 reduce. Yeah, we must reduce plastic waste significantly. Regular exercise can reduce stress levels. They reduce prices to attract customers. Turning off lights reduces energy use. finite split. 割ってるぬかぶとまたは分裂 Split, 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 split like that. Yeah, let's split the bill equally today. The group split into two smaller teams. A deep split appeared in the wood. They split opinions on that proposal. 546 then Dakarasi Sitch Becky make it to Yaka when it where you play. I wanted a shit to Came a quissy, yeah, yeah. Late learner democracy, sturdies, trusty re-rents, custody, husband, we love him under and rivalry. Your face speech, your siege stands if you in democracy. Many problems standing to need to use, split the democracy.
男性はかなサイロやミスのために作られた人工のソロ Canal, 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 canal Yeah Boats move slowly Along the quiet canal, the city built a canal for trade. Shops line both sides of the canal. They walked home beside the old canal. 562 analysis 物事を詳しく調べ理解するプロセス Analysis, 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 analysis Yeah Careful analysis revealed several small errors. We need deeper analysis of these results. Data analysis can improve future decisions. Her analysis of the novel was insightful. 563 garment 着るための服 garment, 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 garment Yes, yeah, garment, garment yeah. Each garment is handmade by local artisans. Please fold each garment before packing. The label shows how to wash this garment. Traditional garments are worn on special holidays. 564 strip 長く細い部分または何かを取り除く行為 Strip, 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 strip Yeah, yeah, yeah He cut a thin strip of paper We walk along a strip of beach Please strip old paint from the wall She bought a test strip at pharmacy 565 volunteer 自発的に何かをする人またはその好奇 Volunteer, 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 volunteer Yeah, yeah Many volunteer to help after disaster. She works as a volunteer on weekends. They need volunteer staff for the event. He volunteered to lead the new project. 566 deaf. 聴覚に障害があること deaf, 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 deaf. Her grandfather is almost completely deaf now. They learn sign language to support deaf friends. The school offers classes for deaf children. He spoke loudly thinking she was deaf. 567 diameter. 円または透明の端から端までの直線の長さ Diameter, 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 diameter Yeah, yeah, yeah
The circle has a diameter of 10 centimeters. We measured the tree's diameter for research. The pipe's diameter is too small. Doubling the diameter increases the area greatly. 5, 6, 8 era 歴史上の特定の期間 Era We live in an era of rapid change. The film shows life in the Victorian era. A new era began after the election. Each era leaves its own cultural marks. 5, 6, 9 breed 同チェック分との特定の品種または繁殖させること Breed Yeah. This dog breed is friendly and calm. Farmers often breed cows for milk. They want to protect this rare breed. Mixing breeds can sometimes improve health. 5, 7 not alternative 別の選択肢またはそのような足 Alternative Yeah We need an alternative plan for rain. There is no alternative at this moment. The chosen alternative route to avoid traffic. Doctor suggested alternative treatments as options. Fun said you know, imaginary jitsashi nice hojo no. Imaginary Yeah Children often have imaginary friends at home. The monster in his story is imaginary. She visited imaginary places in her dreams. Imaginary numbers are useful in mathematics. Toss-ups to attract you. We are kanshin wo hikitsukeru koto. Attract Yeah Bright colors attract many young customers. The festival attracts tourists every summer. Good leaders attract talented team members. The smell of bread attracted everyone inside. Bill 6-3 device 特定の目的で想計された機械や造実 Device Yeah The small device measures air quality. Please turn off electronic devices during takeoff. The new device saves time at work. Medical devices must be tested carefully. 574 transport 物や人を運ぶことまたはその手段 Transport Yeah Trucks transport goods across the country. Public transport is convenient in big cities. They use boats to transport supplies. Better transport links help local business. 575 eventually 最終的に結局のところ Eventually He eventually found a job he liked. The rain eventually stopped before evening. They eventually agreed after long discussion. You will eventually get used to this. 560 constitute 何かの一部または要素であること Constitute These three factors constitute the main risk. Women constitute half of the company staff. Such actions may constitute serious misconduct. Together these changes constitute a big reform. 5-7 complex 多くの部分わからなるまたは複合施設 Complex blueprint Yeah The problem is complex and requires patience. She lives in a large apartment complex. Human emotions are complex and often confusing. They built a new sports complex downtown 5-7 higher 仕事に人を雇うこと Higher Yeah The company plans to hire more engineers. They decided to hire a local guide. We should hire someone with experience. She was hired right after graduation. 579 modify 少し変化または修正すること Modify Yeah Can we modify the contract slightly? The teacher modified the assignment instructions. They modified the design to cut costs. You can modify settings anytime in this menu. File very complicated 理解や解決が困難な Complicated Yeah The instructions were too complicated for beginners. Their relationship is complicated and hard to explain. Fixing this machine seems very complicated. Tax rules are complicated in many countries. Yeah.
You can use yogurt as a substitute. The teacher found a substitute for Friday. We substituted rice for bread tonight. Nothing can substitute real human contact. 5day to use us. 使い方や社用の仕方 Usage, 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 usage. This manual explains proper device usage. Water usage increases during hot summers. Language usage changes over many years. Check your data usage every month. 5day Agriculture 農産物の栽培や家畜のculture. Agriculture, 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 agriculture. Agriculture remains important for rural communities. He studied modern agriculture at university. New technology can change agriculture dramatically. Agriculture depends heavily on weather conditions. Wait for urgent. 急を要する緊急性が高い Urgent, 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 urgent. She received an urgent call from home. This issue is urgent and cannot wait. Doctors handle the most urgent cases first. Please mark any urgent requests clearly. Holiday or classical 古典機能または伝統的な様式 Classical, 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 classical. She enjoys listening to classical music nightly. The museum shows classical Greek sculptures. He studied classical literature at college. The building has a classical architectural style. 5day 6 efficient 効率的で時間や資源を無駄にしない Efficient, 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 efficient. This new engine is very efficient. Efficient system, save time and money. She is efficient and finishes work quickly. We need a more efficient process here. 5day 7 sweat 体から出る水分またはそのコーデ Sweat, 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 sweat. He began to sweat during the interview. Hard exercise made her sweat heavily. Sweat cooled his skin in the heat. Nervous people sometimes sweat on their palms. Though 5day 8 scream 大声で叫ぶことまたはその声 Scream, 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 scream. She let out a loud scream suddenly. We heard a scream from next door. The roller coaster made rider scream happily. He wanted to scream but stayed quiet. You know, yo, 気を一部譲り合うこと Compromise, 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 compromise. Yo. They reached a compromise after long negotiations. Marriage often requires daily small compromise. He refused any compromise on safety rules. Good compromise leaves everyone slightly satisfied. 5練り fold 折りたたむことまたは折り目 Fold, fold, fold. Please fold the towels neatly in half. He folded the letter into 3 parts. Try not to fold the important documents. A sharp fold appeared in the map. No 5 any line logic. Learn できなす声 Yes, so learn Logic, 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 logic. His argument sounds good but lacks logic. We study basic logic in philosophy class. Computer program requires clear logic and structure. Her decision followed simple practical logic. 5に do stress 精神的アスタペプ感または強さを強調すること Stress, 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 stress. Too much stress can harm your health. She felt strong stress before the exam. Teachers often stress the importance of reading. Deep breathing can reduce daily stress. Behind any crash 激しくぶつかることまたは急激にビタワクすること Crash, 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 crash. I heard a loud crash in kitchen. 2 cars crashed at the intersection. Stock prices might crash without warning. My computer crashed while saving files. Yo, I made it. You'll resemble 何かが他のものに似ていること Resemble, 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 resemble. He closely resembles his older brother. The clouds resemble animals this morning. Her design resembles a famous painting. Those twins resemble each other perfectly. Yo, 5目にboth crush 強くあった明日壊すことまたは後すること Crush, 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 crush. Don't crush the bread in your bag. The machine can crush large stones quickly. Bad news seemed to crush his spirit. Crowds nearly crushed us in the train. Yo, 아니니 Sick phenomenon観察される口調や出来事 Phenomenon, 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 phenomenon The northern lights are a beautiful phenomenon Global warming is a serious modern phenomenon They studied a rare medical phenomenon Social media is a worldwide cultural phenomenon 아닝 seven behave 振る舞いや行動の仕方 Behave, 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 behave Children should behave politely in public places. He behaved strangely after hearing the news. Please behave yourselves during the ceremony. They behave differently when under strong pressure. Yo, I need baby light shin. I mata wa izon suru koto. Rely, 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 rely. You can always rely on close friends. She relies heavily on her smartphone calendar. We cannot rely on luck forever. They rely on donations to run the shelter. 589 promotion for your 成長を助けること Promote, 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 promote. The campaign aims to promote healthy eating. Adding aloud can promote when we should do with her. We promote her the keen leader. We girl them the drive but from no bird with trillerness. No hard 84 and send her out to cruising cold assemble together and no obstacle, 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 obstacle. Lack of money was the biggest obstacle. They overcame each obstacle one by one. Fear can be a serious inner obstacle. Traffic is a daily obstacle to commuters. Yeah.